Hey, this is Jennifer Sparks. I'm going to be your tour guide today. We are currently on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. The ship is heading to Progresso, but instead we're going to be having a surprise day at sea. The sailing was in January 2025. And we woke up to this. This is a view from our breezy balcony. It was definitely a wild ride. This video is not intended to scare anybody, just sharing my journey and showing you what happened. We received this message from our cruise director. There was no way this ship was going to be able to dock in Progresso. It's pretty early in the morning, but we want to trek upstairs and see what it's like, even though it's quite an adventure. Surprisingly, there were some people out. I was thinking everybody was going to be hiding in their cabins all day sick. Luckily for us, we never felt seasick at all. It was just challenging walking around, especially walking up and down the stairs. We did not have excursions booked. People that had excursions booked were a little more disappointed. We, of course, grabbed a coffee first, and we're going to try breakfast at Mexican Cutie. This is located over by the pool. They serve breakfast burritos and a really good toppings bar. I'm going to have a full video of everywhere that we dined coming up soon. Mexican Cutie is a quick alternative to the buffet and is open for breakfast and lunch. Weren't sure how we were going to feel about eating, but it was pretty good. It was nice to get out of the stateroom. Honestly, I felt like it was better upstairs than it was in my room. Windy, windy, windy. This was all happening right after Florida and New Orleans and the Carolinas got hammered with snow. Also, I didn't realize this until day 4 of our sailing, but the ship serves a light, hot, and cold breakfast over where Cheeseburger in Paradise is. Cheeseburger in Paradise opens for lunchtime, so they use this space for extra breakfast stuff in the morning. I thought it was great. There was no line. Apparently a lot of other people don't know about it either. Either that or nobody's up yet. I try to get an omelet at some point every day just for the protein, and this one was the best one I had. It was so good. We now have a revamped schedule. It's going to be 71 degrees today. The cruise staff changed the schedule to add more activities because now we're going to be having a day at sea. There's going to be a lot more people on board if they're all feeling well. Let's see what happens. One thing we haven't done yet is gone to the casino. This is going to be a very short version of my stay there. I was there for a few hours, but I already made a whole video about our stay there and what happened and how our luck was. You need to get a separate player's card. You cannot use your room key here. When we signed up, they gave us $10 in free play. When you're done playing, you get a cash out ticket, just like you do in regular land-based casinos. The casino is only open when the ship is sailing in international waters. The casino is also 100% smoke-free. Yeah, I've been on a lot of cruises before, but this was definitely the roughest ride I've had. We probably wouldn't even have played at this casino, but, we do have this extra day at sea. So my husband and I are both going to put in $100 and see what happens. If you're new to cruising and you don't know, if you play at casinos, you could get good offers and even free cruises for future trips.
$6.
It took a couple hours, but I'm literally down to my last spin. Spent all the $10 plus my $100, and then I hit the 5 bells, and I got a bonus. Won almost $60 back, so I'm down 40 plus the 10 they gave me. But I had a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll be able to get some better cruise deals in the future. Now it's time to get some more protein. Yeah, I know. There's no protein in cake, but it was really good. If you go on this ship, you got to try the cakes. I'm not a big cake person, but they're delicious. If you're gonna eat cake, make sure it's good. The cake flavors and choices change daily, and they are sliced and plated by a crew member. We would get a slice of each. I have to try them all so I can tell you how they are. Both my husband and I like the nougat cake the most. Even though it was a day at sea, there was no problems getting a chair anywhere. This is a look at the adult-only section. We felt on this day most people were congregating around the point of indecision buffet. A lot of people were playing card games on this sailing. It was 70, which is pretty nice typically, but it was very windy, so it felt colder than that. We didn't drink too much on this cruise, just wine a couple times. But here's a look at the cocktail menu. If you're planning on checking out all the bars and drinking often, you might want to look into the drink package. It would probably save you a lot of money at the end of the day. We're still full from breakfast and the cake, but here's a look at the lunch buffet. I try to usually get here early when everything's nice and fresh and full, but I messed this one up today. But we're going to try a couple things anyway. just to see how they are. There is hot dogs, which is served and plated by a crew member. Most items you grab yourself, but there is a glass shield on top. It's not very visible in my videos because I'm trying to get as close as possible. I wasn't very hungry, but the food was very enjoyable. I really liked the food on the ship. Went back to our stateroom and someone broke into our
What do we
room.
have here? This is so cute. Wow. They're fancy.
We hung out for a bit. I ordered the internet. It was $6 for regular internet for an hour, or I think it was $8 for premium internet. I'm realizing right now how much we ate this day. We ended up going back upstairs to Mexican Cutie because we have not tried that for lunch yet. In the beginning of the cruise, you feel like you have so much time, and you do. But when you get towards the end of the cruise, you start like, oh my God, we haven't done this. We haven't done this. You want to check off those boxes. And this is one thing we definitely wanted to try. Another thing we wanted to try was the Havana Daydreaming Bar. Like I said earlier, we're not planning on doing a lot of heavy partying on the ship, but we're going to go get a bottle of wine. They have some excellent entertainers here in the evening. It's labeled a sports bar, but it's very cozy and comfortable. Oh my God, his voice is like silk. I do not understand Spanish and have no idea what they're singing about, but it was so beautiful. I loved it. The lighting in there is a little tricky to film though. Everyone is very pink. You won't have any trouble finding live music on this ship. This video isn't that long and probably not even that interesting. Like I said, we were supposed to be in Progresso today and we ended up having a surprise day at sea. Some folks on the ship were seasick, others were angry, but I was very grateful that we were safe. Can't always predict the weather, but we still had a really good time and I really enjoyed this ship. It's dinner time. This is a look at the menu, what they were serving for dinner, but we were gonna go upstairs and go to the Point of Indecision buffet. We arrived there when it first opened and everything was really fresh and there was hardly anybody there. Like I mentioned on some of my other videos, you could find the same food here as you do downstairs in the dining room. So this is a great opportunity to try a little of this and a little of that if you don't want to commit to one entree and you don't want to pay extra. On some ships, I prefer to eat in the dining room. On this ship, I prefer to eat at the buffet. But we all have different opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you prefer the dining room or do you prefer the Point of Indecision buffet? If you don't know what something is, there is a place card above it. For those of you that enjoy Carnival cruises, I'm going to be leaving on the Carnival Vista tomorrow. So we're having a ton of videos of that ship coming up soon, leaving from Port Canaveral, Florida. Cruising has been a great value for us and we're having a lot of fun doing it. See, isn't it nice up here? And you could sit anywhere you want, but you have to get here early. Love these tables with the islands on it. Very cool. Coming up, I still have to create the whole video of the food tour, everything we ate on this ship. Maybe I'll make it while I'm on the Carnival ship. Who knows? If you are still with me, you are a total rock star and I really appreciate you. Coming up, I'll be sharing more cruise videos as well as Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head, Orlando, and I'll be heading back to Atlantic City and Las Vegas in the spring. Filming these darn videos faster than I can make them. But I love sharing our adventures and I love hearing from you. So if you have any questions or you want to comment or you want to share your experience, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. For entertainment that night, they had a comedian. This is the same venue that they have their big production shows. Back to our stateroom, we're going to get rocked to sleep by the sea. Tomorrow, we're going to have another full day at sea. For more video tours about the Margaritaville Sea Islander, click on one of these playlists right here. If you're thinking of going on a cruise, just do it. Book that trip and pack your bags and go. Always remember to be well to yourself and kind to others. Safe travels to you.